This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, 2 men accused of attempted murder appeared in court Monday afternoon. Court documents tell the story of a man found alive after he was shot in the head. A.J. Douglas has the details.
The state is extremely concerned for the public at large.
According to Maine State Police, on July 14th, a citizen called 911 and reported 29-year-old Dmitry Dukrosky and 28-year-old Duncan Haas were involved in an altercation at 21 Stout Road in Lemoyne. The caller reported hearing 2 gunshots and viewing both Haas and Dukrosky loading a body into the back of a pickup truck. Both are being charged in the attempted murder of Spencer Trott.
I have before me a complaint charging you with 3 separate crimes. Count A charges you with aggravated attempted murder, Class A. Do you understand the charge?
I do.
According to court documents, officers believe the incident took place at the cabin located on the property Trott was renting on Stout Road. Officers would later find Trott alive early Saturday morning, wandering on Bayside Road in Bar Harbor. On Monday at the Hancock County Courthouse, Haas' lawyer claims the evidence does not show a clear sign of his client's involvement.
$1 million bail is a ridiculous amount given my client's alleged involvement. You read the affidavit, it's more like he was present there and maybe at best he was an accomplice.
Court documents show that camera footage of the residence was provided to investigating officers. Dukrosky is being held on a $350,000 cash bond on the attempted murder charges. However, the court has ruled that there be no bond for a separate case where the state has moved to revoke his pre-conviction bail.
Taking into account apparently no record of Mr. Haas's behalf, I'm going to set bail at $250,000 cash.
Both shooting suspects are expected back in court December 14th. In Ellsworth, I'm A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, a former Aroostook County man has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for drug trafficking in 2 counties. According to court records, 31-year-old Andrew Adams and others trafficked methamphetamine and fentanyl in Penobscot and Aroostook counties between January of 2018 and December of 2021. His participation in the conspiracy resulted in contacts with local law enforcement that led to the seizure of drugs, guns, drug paraphernalia, and other items. Adams is the 6th of 21 defendants to be sentenced thus far. Meanwhile, Brewer police are asking for assistance in a hit-and-run investigation. On Saturday at about 8:30 p.m., Brewer police officers responded to a crash involving a pedestrian. That person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the vehicle that struck the person fled the scene on Eastern Ave toward Holden before police showed up. Investigators believe the vehicle is either a Toyota Avalon or a Camry manufactured between 2020 and 2023 and is silver in color. The vehicle likely has front-end damage on the passenger side. If you have any information about the incident, you're asked to contact Brewer Police. You can reach them at 989-7001. The Maine Department of Education is providing schools with an additional $2 million to expand summer learning programs. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with some school administrators about how they plan to use the funds.
Around 17 school districts are receiving funding from the DOE to make improvements to their summer programs, which administrators say is coming at a critical time.
We are always seeking to increase our opportunities for our students and to address the needs that they have, and so to have more resources to do that is a blessing.
Among the recipients includes RSU 34 and the WVII Community School.
So opportunities like this to expand on our summer programming and provide more opportunity for students without having to make some of those tough choices and taking things away from kids during the school year is a big opportunity.
Learning loss is a real thing. They call it the summer slide, and it really does happen. It's like any other tool. If you don't use it, it can regress. So just that 3 days a week, 10 hours a week is going to make a huge difference, we believe.
Superintendent for the WVII Community School says implications from the pandemic are still visible in the classroom today.
We're finding that we're still dealing a little bit with learning loss from during the pandemic, and so we wanted to make sure that we took advantage of using summertime to try to catch a few students up and offer it to more students.
Both school districts say they want to expand their programs to ensure students don't fall behind, but also get to enjoy their summer.
it's a combination of academics. There's also lots of fun activities that students get to do. So it's, it's the academic and educational components, but also some fun activities. We want to make sure if students are giving their time up to be here in the summer that we have things that interest them as well.
Certainly our in-person staff do lots to get kids out and about in the garden.
According to the DOE, the funding will impact nearly 1,000 students all across the state this summer. In Old Town and VZ, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, as we all know, this has been one of the wettest summer seasons we've seen in a long time, and outdoor rental services are seeing the impacts firsthand. There are many businesses in Bar Harbor whose peak seasons are taking place right now during the height of the summer. The owner of Coastal Kayaking Tours and Acadia Bike Rentals says the recent weather has definitely impacted their rental numbers, and like many businesses in the Bar Harbor area, they rely heavily on seasonal tourism. He says the weather has certainly not helped to draw in more people.
We run guided kayak tours, guided bike tours, and bike rentals. And we've been, since the start of the season in May, we've been in this sort of perpetual state of gloomy weather, a lot of fog, a lot of clouds, a lot of rain, and that has certainly impacted our business. July and August is when we make our money and when we make a living. So we're hoping that when August rolls around, we're going to get that good Maine sunshine.
Well, Tucker says despite how the season's gone thus far, they are feeling optimistic and are encouraging locals and visitors to remain resilient and take advantage of all Bar Harbor businesses have to offer this summer season. And the Maine Department of Environmental Protection has issued an air quality alert for tomorrow. A plume of smoke from the fires in Canada pushed into the Great Lakes over the weekend and continued eastward today. Tuesday, Maine can expect hours in the unhealthy for sensitive groups range for western and northern Maine. Moderate levels of particle pollution are expected in the eastern interior region, and winds should keep the mid-coast and down east coastal regions in fairly good shape. Now, children and adults who exert themselves and those who have respiratory issues can be impacted when pollution levels are elevated. You can protect yourself by avoiding strenuous outdoor activity, wear a mask if you're exposed to that smoke, and close the windows in your home. You can also get more information on the Maine CDC website. And with the weather in mind, let's turn things over to Jeff Weller and take a first look at our forecast.
Hey, Peter, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first one is brought to you by North Ellsworth Flea Market and is now open, by the way. And we are dealing with poor air quality again tonight. It's just getting started, by the way. The advisory is going up now, lingering through tomorrow afternoon. And right now, we're still pretty good. It's going to go downhill tonight, though, as Canadian wildfire smoke is on the way once again, likely lingering into probably Wednesday morning. After we did this today, 84 here in Bangor, 76 Bar Harbor, 83 Millinocket. So it felt like summer again today. We earned it. Tomorrow, same story, followed by some changes getting in here later on in the week. Lots of partly cloudy skies out there now. We're going to stay dry tonight, but there could be a couple sprinkles across the area tomorrow as this thing kind of spins to the west of us. It will stay there for now, but there is more rain in our 5-day forecast. Our forecast for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies. Some dense fog is likely late with muggy low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up. Peter?
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll find out how all that wet weather has actually been a good thing for Herman's Ecotat Gardens. We'll show you their flourishing flora and tell you how you can get involved. And the University of Maine has a team researching the current brown-tail moth outbreak, and we'll learn more about their research after the break. Stay with us.
When we opened in 2018, our business plan was to grow quickly. We had 6 employees. 3 years later, over 50 employees. Being able to work with a credit union that believed in what we were trying to do has allowed us to grow so quickly.
During Renewal by Andersen's 4th of July sale, get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. Our 4th of July sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Act now, because these incredible 4th of July savings on our exclusive composite fabrics material windows end soon. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
The ultimate family-friendly concert experience is back and all new for 2023. The Kids Bop Never Stop live tour is coming your way, so get ready to sing and dance. Saturday, July 22nd, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. So come have the best time ever at the Kids Bop Never Stop live tour. See you there.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
Buying a home is a big family experience. It is our dream home. Credit union is more like a partner, whether it's your home or whether it's in business. You get mommy? They're local, they're small, they want to take care of their customers just as much as they can. Pretty good feeling to have your local credit union backing you up.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Fluorescent light bulbs will be harder to find in the coming years. A new law signed by Governor Mills will make it illegal to sell these kinds of bulbs beginning in January 2026. The new law will prohibit the sale of newly manufactured fluorescent light bulbs, replacing them with energy-efficient LED lights. It's been in the works for years now over concerns that the bulbs release mercury into the atmosphere when they're thrown away.
It's a win-win. We're getting rid of toxic mercury out of the waste system that's in the fluorescent bulbs and replacing them with cheaper, lasting longer light bulbs.
Language says that the Maine Department of Environmental Protection is not required to conduct inspections into locations selling fluorescent light bulbs, but can investigate complaints of potential violations. Photocopiers, video projectors, and medical imaging equipment are some of the items that are excluded from this law. Well, the wet weather is certainly having an impact on Herman's EcoTat gardens. The flowers, trees, and shrubs are all flourishing at the public gardens on Annis Road in Herman, due in part to all the rain we've been seeing. EcoTat is operated by a trust, but cash donations and volunteers are also valuable in helping the gardens maintain its beauty.
It's beautiful here. It's quiet, well, except for the traffic that goes by, but it's quiet. The birds, when the traffic's not going by, you can hear the birds. It's a lovely town.
I really love being close to the earth. I really love smelling all of the plants. I love just letting all of the worries of the world go away.
Well, extra hands are always needed for weeding and pruning. Those who'd like to volunteer at EcoTat can contact the Herman Town Office or reach out to Mary Dean at 207-356-2311, and we'll have that information on our website as well. The University of Maine has a team researching the current brown-tail moth outbreak. Part of the work they're doing is a survey to understand the severity that the outbreak has caused on Maine residents. Our reporter Doug Banks went to Orono to get a closer understanding of their research.
Brown-tail moths have been a cause for concern, to say the least.
That's our adult female brown-tail moth.
Forest entomologist Angela Mitch, PhD student Devin Rowe, master's student McKenna Mulner, and Professor Mario Teasel have been conducting research as to why this is the case.
We're conducting all sorts of research regarding brown-tail moth, trying just to learn more about its biology and ecology so that we can better manage it, as well as predict the next outbreak and try to not let it get as severe as this one is.
Along with several other locations, the team went to 4 trees inside UMaine's campus to collect data. They utilized traps with a synthesized version of female moth pheromones to attract male moths into the trap. As part of their research, they are conducting an anonymous survey. With a total of 1,500 responses so far, the goal of the survey is to gain a deeper understanding from the people most affected.
We know brown-tail moth is bad, but we want to know how many people have been getting the
rash, what people are spending on their properties to control it, as well as different their perceptions on different management methods.
This survey is also a tool to answer how are people treating the rashes they receive when they come into contact, as well as a place to compile the results they receive for not only their own research, but for others as well.
We want to hear everyone's thoughts, because we'll be using the results of that survey and share it to everyone, including us for our own research, policymakers, community leaders. All of them can use the data that we can hear from the people of Maine.
Research shows this is the biggest outbreak of brown-tailed moths in this area alone since the early 1900s. However, Angela Mitch says with the rainfall we've received this year, could decrease the risk of a future outbreak.
We definitely have seen evidence of a fungal pathogen on the caterpillar stage as well as on the pupal stage, and if the rain continues into the fall, we might see it on the next generation as well. So that's what we want to see, is continued hits on the population, that we might be seeing the decline of the outbreak.
If you or someone you know would like to partake in their confidential survey to help push their research forward, scan the QR code on the screen or go to our website. In Orono, Doug Banks, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
That's some very interesting research there. Thank you, Doug. And still to come on ABC7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey takes us to the 90th birthday of a member of the community in Fairfield. And in sports, Little League baseball players from all over Maine will converge in Herman this weekend for the state championship. We'll have that story right after the break.
Want to improve or upgrade your home? At Home FAB and At Home KBF and Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we create with every customer. Stop into either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
She's hungry, he's hungry, they're hungry. That's why at Purdue, we're always hungry for better tasting chicken. So we use all vegetarian feed and no antibiotics ever. Because when chicken is raised right, it tastes like nothing else in this world. Purdue, hungry for better chicken.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Key Appliance, we hold the key to savings.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event, featuring SUVs from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota.
You've been waiting for a new Toyota, so now's the time. Come and get it.
Right now, you could save up to $1,600 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota Summer Savings Event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
So come and get it.
Toyota, let's go places.
Interested in a career as an appliance repair technician? At Home Furniture Appliance and Bedding is now hiring technicians with a Maine propane and natural gas license. Understanding repairs are a part of life. We're trusted by Mainers to get the job done right. Visit or call us today to apply.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We are going to start on the baseball diamond. It is a busy week over at Herman Little League, beginning this Saturday, the 22nd, and running through the 29th. Herman will be hosting the Little League Baseball State Championship. District 3 set to host the state championship this year, and when the board members with Herman found that out, they immediately threw their name in the hat. It's going to take a village to ready the field and everything for the event, but when it is all said and done, Herman Little League President John Smith says an event like this is a great way to highlight all the cool things going on in the area.
We're talking about hundreds of people flocking to this, this town in central Maine. It highlights all the vibrancy that's happening in Herman right now. There's a lot of young families and who are flocking to this town, and our Little League has just grown in leaps and bounds over the last 3-4 years.
The winner of this tournament heads down to Bristol, Connecticut to play in the Little League World Series regional round. Bangor is looking to make it 2 trips in a row. But regardless of who represents Maine, the Little League World Series really brings together every baseball fan and even some non-baseball fans all across the country. And Smith has an idea as to what about the game draws so many eyes every year.
There's a passion and innocence mixed in there where it's just a love of the game. That's really on full display, and then you just get the family-oriented feel of it. It's just this get out there and play, and so I think, and in a beautiful part of the country, I know, but Little League happens everywhere, but it feels really nice here too.
Watching the Little League World Series, definitely one of my favorite annual summer traditions. Another one of my favorite annual summer traditions is playing some golf. Let's hit the links. Round 1 of the Maine Women's Amateur Championship teeing off at Brunswick Golf Club on Monday. They had an hour delay to start due to yesterday's heavy rain and this morning's fog, but the course in spectacular shape for this one. We are going to begin on the short par 4 8th hole. Shivani Shomalin on her home course is going to chip in for an eagle here, but would settle for birdie, or chip on for an eagle, would settle for birdie. She was even after round 1. Meanwhile, defending champ Ruby Haylock with a long birdie attempt here, and she nearly knocks it in, would clean that up for par and finish the day at 1 over. Abby Flanagan out of Springbrook, her second shot on the par 5 9th, playing as 18, a beauty, putting it on the green in 2. And then here is your leader after round 1. That is Erin Holmes out of Valhalla. The birdie here on 18 would drop her to 3 under par. Here she is, as well as 2 others from the top 4 about their day on the course.
I'm thrilled. This is the best round I've had in this tournament ever, so I'm pumped.
I'm looking forward to day 2 and 3. Day 1 always gets those nerves. I always get the first tee box jitters, so after that first tee box, I start getting into a swing of things, and it gets to be a lot better.
Anything can happen. I mean, it's golf. You can have a good day, you can have a bad day, so you never know when it's going to come.
That tournament wraps up on Wednesday. That is all the time we have for sports. Here is Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought by Key Appliance. Sales and service for major brands, including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings, and we hold the key to advisories for wildfire smoke once again. The air quality is going to go downhill tonight, likely lingering through tomorrow into early parts of Wednesday. This is all Canadian wildfire smoke once again. So currently we're all good still, but just off to the west of us, that air is moving this direction. Poor air quality there will likely impact our region tonight through tomorrow into early parts of Wednesday. All right, the wind right now out of the south around 10 miles per hour. We felt it all day long, right? It's humid out there as well, but this will actually die down for a while tonight. You know what that means. That means we're going to have some dense fog in there late once again. So dense fog along with pollutants in the atmosphere, not a great night outside this evening with that poor air quality. Look for visibility to come down tonight, probably most likely 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. After we did this today, 83 Millinocket, 82 for Greenville, 84 here in Bangor. We earned this. It finally felt like summer today, right? After the rain over the weekend. But there is more rain in the 5-day forecast. We still cannot kick this pattern yet. So here's the bigger picture showing the system we had all weekend long, kind of finally pushing off to the east of us. See you later. But behind it, there is this system over here. And as long as that's kind of spinning over there, there is a chance for a sprinkle or a pop-up shower pretty much at any given time. I took it out of the forecast for tonight. We should have no worries tonight, but tomorrow there could be a scattered shower throughout the afternoon. And there's more systems behind this. So we have system 1, system 2, system 3. This is the pattern this summer so far, as you know. That's going to keep us pretty wet around here into the weekend. Let's walk it through. So tonight, no issues at all. For tomorrow, this model does want to give us a sprinkle throughout the afternoon. We might stay dry tomorrow. Here's tomorrow night about 10 o'clock or so, a couple of sprinkles around. And then here's Wednesday morning. Again, still a couple sprinkles around, not a heavy rain rain at all. We should dry out late Wednesday night, followed by a pretty nice day on Thursday before we have increasing clouds Thursday night. And that's going to give us a chance for some pretty good rain again this weekend. In fact, here's Saturday, kind of socked in the rain once again as another wet system, a slow-moving wet system is on the way, likely arriving later Friday and lingering through Saturday and Sunday. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, some dense fog, a rogue sprinkle can't be ruled out. Look for muggy low temperatures down near 65. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, an afternoon thundershower again can't be ruled out. Most of us will stay dry. Look for high temperatures back in the low to mid 80s again tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows a nice day for us tomorrow. A couple of thunderstorms on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday as well. Cooler Friday, 78, back up near 80 again on Saturday. Peter?
All righty, Jeff, thank you so much. And we have more to come after the break. Stay with us.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Disconnected Tattoo, and Kings Mountain RC want to send you to see Godsmack and Stained live in concert Tuesday, July 25th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Disconnected Tattoo, a family-friendly tattoo and art shop in the Main Coast Mall, Ellsworth, or Kings Mountain RC on South Main Street in Brewer, carrying planes, boats, crawlers, parts, and more. Win tickets to see Godsmack and Stained July 25th on the Bangor waterfront.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event featuring trucks from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota. Right now, you could save up to $1,900 with 3.99% financing on a four-wheel drive Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
So, Richardson family, the neighbors are very curious about your new family member.
Oh, Elizabeth?
Hello.
We built her when our daughter moved out so we could keep our family plan and save money.
With U.S. Cellular, you don't need a fourth line to get the best deal. It's just $29.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines.
Oh. I guess we don't need a fourth line anymore.
This is awkward.
Now at U.S. Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line, plus every plan is price protected. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full-picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
This week, with record-breaking heat, just how hot could it get? The dangerous, potentially deadly weather. Plus, the Women's World Cup begins, and we're there. More Americans turn to the most-watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, turning 90 tends to slow most people down, but for one well-known member of the Fairfield community, the milestone marks another year of growth, service, and faith. Our Jody Hersey has more.
To see a church not only last 90 years, but be vibrant and be a great expression of the kingdom of God in a local community is just an amazing, amazing thing.
The Fairfield Church of the Nazarene on Main Street is celebrating its 90th anniversary. Over the years, 23 different pastors have led this congregation, including the current pastor, Peter Roy.
When I preach, oftentimes I have a shirt, jeans, and cowboy boots. So you just come as you are and be who you are. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter your political affiliation, doesn't matter what you dress like, doesn't matter if you have tattoos. I have tattoos.
This church began in 1933, and over the decades, weddings, baptisms, and memorial services have taken place within these sacred walls. This building is also where community members have been spiritually and physically fed through the church's food pantry, or received life-saving blood through one of the many blood drives hosted at the church. Over the weekend, guests were invited to walk down memory lane in the church's gymnasium to see display after display of just how far this Fairfield fixture has come.
But we have a quilt that's hanging in our church that was presented to the second pastor of our church in 1936. It was donated by his son and daughter-in-law, and we're just excited to have that artifact.
Now, as the church and its members look to the future, they decided it was time to update their logo, which was lovingly created by Cassandra McGarvey.
It was nice to see the different variations of it because that was pretty far from the first draft and where we came from.
As the church reflects on its past, it's eager to also see the blessings that await in the future. In Fairfield, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Just so interesting to get a look back at their long history of service there. All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening.